Thank you for joining and leaving a comment. I'm trying to find my live on my Facebook, on my desktop, laptop. So if you're here, say hello, and I'm trying to find it. Let's see. Oh, there I am. Okay. I see Colleen. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. I'm going to share also to my business page. And we'll get started in a second. Okay. All right. Hi, Karen. First time here. Oh, well, thank you for being here. I appreciate that. If you would care to share this video to your crafty groups that you may be in and in your timeline, if you do so, please let me know that you've done that. I like to see some big capital letter shares on here. Otherwise, I won't know that you've done that because Facebook doesn't always allow you to see who shares. So thank you for being here. Where are you from, Karen? And actually, I think I remember approving your request yesterday. So thank you for finding me. How did you find me? We'll just wait for a couple of others to join. If you're here, say hello. I've just shared it over to my business group. So we're making 2 cards tonight, and I'll get started while people join in. Usually it takes a little while for it to show up in others' feeds. And my name is Antoinette Bay. I am with the Paper Papillion, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Lynbrook, New York, which is in Long Island. So as you can see, we're using some pretty color, the pretty fresh freesia color. I've been a little bit hooked on this one lately, but we're using this color for this card, and then we're using another color for the other card. Oakleton, Virginia Beach. You found me on Instagram. Good to know. Good to know, because I don't post that much on Instagram, and I really need to start posting a little bit more. I forget, and I don't have a social media scheduler, so meaning I don't pay for a scheduling program. If I did, I wouldn't have to worry about it, but I think I might look into that. But anyway, thanks for joining me. So tonight we're making 2 cards, and I just recently purchased this set. I don't know why I didn't purchase it last year. It was in the catalog and it's carried over. It's called Best Year. So what caught my eye here in this set was the Happy Birthday to You. I had seen it done on another card, and I really love the scripty looking font with the regular font. And then what caught my eye was, to the world you are a dad, to me you are the world. And I'm sure that speaks to many children of their fathers, and it definitely speaks of my husband. When it comes to my daughter, I immediately went to that sentiment. And then here says Happy Father's Day, and I have an in-person class on June 5th, and we'll be doing 2 Father's Day cards and 2 just general cards. And if they want to use it as a Father's Day, this option is there, which is really great. And then it has the thank you, the nice big thank you for all that you are. And if you don't want to say for all that you are, you can cover that up with a Post-it note. And then it even has a Christmas hip hip hooray, which is great for graduations right now. So I really like this set, and the You Did It, hip hip hooray, you did it for graduations, and wishing you your best year yet, along with the happy birthday to you. I just think this is a great set, and I don't know why I didn't see it before. So we're using that tonight on this card, this first card, and then we're using the Fresh Freesia woven open weave ribbon, Fresh Freesia ink pad. From the In Color 6x6, we're using Fresh Freesia. And then the In Color Jewels. The Meadow Moments, this one with the butterflies and the leaves. We'll be using that. And I've already cut, let's see, all the pieces we need from the Pierced Blooms. Pierced Blooms dies. I've already cut them because they do take a little while, and I needed them for both cards. So I just wanted to let you know we are using these, and we'll get started. And the other thing that we're using is the Pattern Party Designer Series paper that is only available if you are a host in the catalog. So it's got all this beautiful, colorful paper on one side, and then the other side is all different patterns of black and white. We are using this Pool Party polka dot dotted pattern tonight. And I'm also going to cut the paper tonight, just in case we have anybody that might be new here that has never seen how we just cut down the 8.5 by 11. So tonight we want a bottom to top cut. So these are all the little pieces that we need. I've already cut those. And so we're taking 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock and cutting it down on the 8.5 inch side to 4 1/4. Okay, so we have that. And then we'll turn this around on the long side and score this at half the size of, this is an 11 inch paper, so we want to score it at 5 1/2. So we can have a nice fold. And then we move this darker blade and use the scoring blade. Okay, just like that. And now we have our fold, and we'll get a bone folder for that. And then we're going to need, for the inside, we're going to need a 4 inch for the inside of the card by 5 1/4. And what that does is gives me a 1/4 inch all around for the inside of space, so I could see this color on the inside. Okay, and that's for that. And we'll save this for later because we're going to need it for our other card. And I have some announcements to make too tonight toward the end when we do prize patrol. So I want to take these out so I don't forget to do it. And I also want to share with you some ideas that I've gotten. So, hi Lynn, hi Marilyn, hi Denise. Say hello as I see you come in. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for saying hello, and thank you for sharing, and thanks for your likes and loves. I appreciate that. So now we just get our bone folder and fold that. All right, so we are going to bring over the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And there's only a little bit of embossing that we're going to be doing. And we are using a one of these thin folders. And these are 1 1/2 inch strips, so 2 of them fit in here at one time. And we're going to emboss those. I don't know if I need this plate. Let's see, I've never done this embossing on the little plate. Oh yes, we do. Okay, let's see. Oh wait, oh, is there another little plate here? Hold on, I might be missing a plate. Yes, I am. Okay. This is the wrong plate. The one on top is the wrong plate. Uh-oh, hope it's not stuck. There we go. I need the gray plate for this. I think that's it. Nope, we still need one of these. I've never done it on here. I should just read the directions. It's right there. It says 1 and 4. So I don't need, this is 1. I don't need the clear plates. But I do, because it's not working. Okay, let's see. Insert embossing folder, hinge. Using 3D embossing folders. Maybe I do need one of these. I've never used it on here, so I might need to pull over my my large embossing. Yep, because this is not working for me. I have the wrong one. Let's try this one. Maybe this is the one that works. Ha, there it go. I just had the wrong plate. I needed 1 and 3. Okay, that was a good learning experience. Nope, it's not a 3D folder. And it was because I was not using this plate. This is the plate I needed. Along with number 1, the white one. It's not 3D. And there we go. I've never used it on here. I didn't even realize I had this plate. This one right here. I thought I had to use the other dark gray. But that's good. Now I know. Okay. So now all 3 pieces are embossed. Okay. Okay. So the next step is, oh, we need to take the cutter again and cut this extra piece down to 4 1/8, because we're only going to have a hint of the base. 4 1/8 seems awfully short on this trimmer. No, we want it to be 5 3/8. That's what we want. 5 3/8. And now turn it around and do 4 1/8. 4 1/8. Okay. Now we can put this aside. Now you know why I do all my cutting ahead of time, so I don't get confused. Okay, so that's the base, and this goes right on top of the base like that. Okay, so I am going to adhere that. And it's just going to show a hair of the base. Just a hair. And now we can start layering these. And they're going to be kind of topsy-turvy. And I'm going to use liquid glue here because... where's my liquid glue? I have it embossed and I wanted to get in all those little nooks and crannies. So let's do that. So I don't know if any of you are on my newsletter, but I added a class on Saturday evening at 5 o'clock. I've been asked by a few if I would create that card that I created for my daughter for her graduation, which was a replica of Mary Fish's $2 Million Achiever card that was created by a concept artist at Stampin' Up. So since I was asked a couple of times, I figured I would do it. Now, Whether or not I do it in those same exact colors is a different story. I don't really want to do it online, that particular card, in the exact same color. I don't think it really matters, but I don't want to, so I want to try something different. But the measurements will all be the same as the card that I created for my daughter. And I think that's really all you need and all that anybody's looking for. Because I had to eyeball everything with that. It's not like it came with measurements. It was a gift to Mary Fish. So they don't, Stampin' Up! Doesn't put measurements out there. So if you want to recreate it, you gotta just kind of guesstimate sizes. And I went through a little trial and error with it. So you see how I'm just randomly kind of laying this on top, kind of topsy-turvy. Okay, so that's the background. And then the next thing we're going to do is take the pattern paper, and I need this too, and adhere that, and I'm going to use liquid glue again because it's going on top of an embossed image, and I want it to really stick, and I don't want anything to pull, and that just goes right on top, kind of centered, so just a hint of the embossing peeks out from behind. Oh, that is not very well set. Okay, now for my sample, the next part, actually the next part is the ribbon, and then I'll show you what I did. So I'm going to zigzag this ribbon, starting here, and then coming down here. Now this is a lot of waste of ribbon, but I'm not going to worry about it too much because of my In Color Club, I have a lot of extra. But if you don't want to waste ribbon like this, where you're not going to see what's on the inside, you can, there's another way to do it, obviously, and I'll show you that in a second. But for now, let me get this down where it needs to be. Now, you know how I'm always talking about I need Scotch tape? Well, I found a really cute little gadget at CVS the other day at the drugstore. Hold on. And I have it hooked up to my desk here, which is fun. Now, it doesn't matter that this tape is here because it's going to be hidden. You know, it's kind of like a dress. You don't know that there's those Spanx underneath, keeping it all together, right? And that's exactly what this tape is doing. The Spanx of cards, keeping it all together. And nobody's going to know that that tape is under there. Okay. So I found this nifty little gadget. Look, it hooks right here next to my desk. Isn't that cool? Made by Scotch. It was like $5. So now it's hooked up and I'll never have to say, oh, I forgot my tape. I forgot to bring my tape over. Because if you've been with me for a while, you know that I have, oh, I always forget my tape. Okay, so the next part is the white piece right here. And I thought I cut that piece, but it appears that I did not. So let's cut that piece too. I really did think I cut it. But I didn't. And that measures, let's see. Let me get my card. And it measures 2 3/4 by 4. So let's cut this down to 2 3/4 by 4. This is already 4, so I just need to go to 2 3/4. And there we have it. Now on my sample, Wow, I really did a crooked job of putting this down. I should have been standing up. But anyway, on my sample, I have dimensionals behind here, but since this card's going to get mailed out to whoever wins for the shares tonight, I don't want it to be too bulky. So I'm going to use some tear and tape because I have ribbon behind there. I really want this to stay down. So I'm just going to use some tear and tape instead of the dimensionals. And then so it sticks nicely on top of ribbon. And that'll go right on top of there like that. Even though that's a little crooked behind, it works. There you go. All right, so it's just going to be a little less bulky. So now this is for the inside. So we're going to take this strip and put that on the inside. About 1/8 of an inch up from the bottom. And I just need to trim this down a minute. Right here. Okay. And that'll go on the inside. And then when we get to the flowers, we'll also add some flowers to the inside of this too. Okay, now the one thing I forgot too is my block. Now this is brand new, like I said, so I haven't even put any of these labels on, but I did put it on the one that we're using tonight, which is the Happy Birthday to You. So let me just get a block real quick. If I could find them all. Where are my blocks? Okay. I have them all. I have stamps from another project I'm working on blocks already behind me, so I'm gonna have to take some off. So this says Happy Birthday to You, and I'm going to take the fresh freesia. I'm going to stamp it on a scrap. Okay, and then we'll trim that down. I'm gonna get my handy dandy mini cutter. Make sure I'm not cutting. Okay. I want to make sure I'm not cutting on the loop here on the birthday, which I may be. I got a little close, but it'll work. Now I want to see, I cut this piece from the blooms. And let's see. I want a little bit to show on each side, so I'm going to use the tag as a guide. And about that much. Okay. A little bit to show on each side. And maybe a little bit more. Okay. So that'll go like that. So this is where we can add some dimensionals behind here. So I'm going to adhere this to this label. And then we'll add some dimensionals behind the label. So to come up with this color palette, I'm not an artist and I don't really know color theory and all that. So I turned to Pinterest to give me a color scheme for this card. And this is what I got. So it's pale papaya, fresh freesia, and soft succulent. So I'm using all three of those colors on this card tonight. That was the color scheme that I found that I actually liked and felt like I could work with this card. Okay, so now here is where the pale papaya and the fresh free and the soft succulent come in. So these are all my Pierce Blooms pieces. I don't need all of these, but I cut out a little bit more than I needed. So I need one of these. I need 3 of these small ones. And I need 1 of these. And I need 2 of these smaller ones. So there we go. That's that. These I could put aside. And then I need a thinner and a fatter leaf. And then I need this leaf right here for the inside and for the outside. That's weird. Okay. And then these are extra. All right. So I'm going to take a little bit of liquid glue and put it in the center of these 3 flowers. Okay. And then we'll add these little ones to the center. Actually, nope, we're going to add dimensional here. So that, okay, now that I have glue on there, it's not going to stick, which is weird. Okay, there it goes. I have glue down there, so it's giving me a hard time. So I'm using mini dimensionals here instead of just liquid glue. And mini dimensionals are a little tricky to get the protective cover off as it is, and then you add liquid glue to it and it really becomes difficult. Okay, it just gives it a little bit more depth to the card, even though I said I didn't want to use a lot of dimensionals since it's got to get mailed, but it'll be fine. Okay, so that's it here. So now we can put down the larger one. Well, let's do the inside first. Let's get that one done. And I'll take a glue dot for these leaves right here. And we'll get that right behind here. And then we'll just adhere that down. We're supposed to get some nasty storms tonight here. They canceled our Yankee game because of it. And we'll just put that right there. It's been gorgeous. We really need rain though. We really need some rain. And now it's been gorgeous for 2 weeks. And now, of course, Memorial Day weekend. And it's going to be nasty and rainy all weekend is what they say. So now these will go here. And I'm trying to see, did I use dimensionals? I did use dimensionals here, but I'm not on my original. I'm not going to use them here. And this is where I don't want to add more dimension. So I'm going to use some liquid glue on this and this. So this goes here. And then this can go here. And now I'll stick it down because I'm happy with that right there. And then this one is going to go down with the glue dot, dimensional. And that one's going to go right here. Actually, I needed to put these leaves, these 2 leaves here, right behind that with a glue dot. And then these go up here. I'm going to use a glue dot and stick those under. I'm going to turn that around a little bit. And there we have it. I need to get this one in here more. And now we will get the gems. And I'm going to use a smaller one. There's a pale papaya jewels. Just like that. And these are still on back order. I hope we get them soon because my In Color Club needs them. And that is tonight's first card. So, when do I plan on mailing the kits, Patty? What kits? Oh, these kits. I'm going to actually mention them shortly. I think you're talking about these kits, right? Yeah. Around the 5th. June 5th, next Saturday. It closes out. The registration for it closes out on Sunday. And that's when I bill everybody for shipping also on Sunday. Sunday or Monday. For the shipping of the kits. So that's the first card. Okay, and there's your inside. It seems a little bare here. Maybe we need to flick it a little bit, you think? Maybe a little flicking. Let's think on that. I kind of like it clean. You know, so here's the original. And here's the inside, same. So I kind of like it clean. We'll see. All right, so this one's going to go to the shares when I pull Prize Patrol. And let me show you where the idea for this came from. Rochelle Block is the person that, one of my go-tos, and she did it in Pool Party. And isn't it beautiful though? And I didn't want to do it exactly, so I changed up. Like I said, I didn't know what colors to use, but I knew I wanted to use the In Colors. And she used Pool Party, and she used that pretty paper I showed you earlier, and I used a different pattern from a different set of paper, Designer Series paper. And this is Magenta Madness, and this is Just Jade, and mine is Fresh. So Pool Party, Magenta Madness, and Just Jade, beautiful colors together. And I used the color scheme that I found on Pinterest, which is the combination of Pale Papaya, Fresh Freesia, and Soft Succulent. So hopefully you like mine and you like Rochelle's, but that's where that idea came from. All right. So when I pull Prize Patrol later for the shares, the share will get this card. Let me put that to the side. And now let's bring out all the supplies for card number 2. dropping things. Okay. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is just clean off this stamp and put it away before I lose it. I can't find one of my die sets. It's got to be in here somewhere. I must have put it, I cleaned up all my little bits and pieces, and I must have just put that somewhere. So here we're using that color scheme and making a different card. So for this card, we're using the Pool Party Magenta and Just Jade, and I'm making a different card. And then I'll show you that as well, the idea where that the idea for this card that we're doing came from. So again, we're using Pierced Blooms. We're going to use the Ornate Floral folder. We're using the Stitched Rectangle folder. We're using the Hippo Friends. I'm using Art Gallery for sentiment. On my sample, I used I'm Thinking of You. Actually, I cut off the I'm and I just used Thinking of You. Tonight, I think we'll do Happy Birthday, because it's going to go to a lucky winner of comments. And the first thing we're going to do here is, before we cut the paper, is color the crinkle ribbon. Okay, let's color that ribbon. So I need to determine how much I need first. Oh, Patty, I see your comment. Yes, flick. Okay, we'll flick. We'll do that after. So do you think I should flick in Pale Papaya? Let me bring it over. Do I flick in Pale Papaya or Fresh Freesia? Or maybe even Soft Succulent. I don't know. You tell me. All right, so here's the size of the ribbon that I need. And we'll just cut off a little bit of that. Put that away. And let's color the ribbon with Pool Party blender pen. Blend, I should say, blend. This is called a blend, not a blender pen. Call it what it actually is. So here's our crinkle white, and this is dark Pool Party. I don't have a Pool Party ribbon. I have a Coastal Cabana, but not Pool Party. Huh, maybe I do have Pool Party. You know what? Now I'm just thinking about it. I think it's Coastal Cabana, but it might actually be Pool Party that I do have. I want to check that out. So give me a second. That's going to dry, and I'll keep it right there. And I'm going to check that out. Hold on a second. Because if I do, let's see. Whoops. Okay. So let's see what this is. What is it? It looks like Coastal Cabana. Oh, it is Pool Party. Look at that. Well, on my original, I used this, but this is Pool Party, so maybe we'll switch it out. This is the, I should have looked at this earlier. Hold on, let's open this up. Let's see. So we have this sheer ribbon, and it is called Sheer Ribbon, and it is Pool Party. So look at that. All right, let's just decide later. And then the other thing we're going to do here is take this is polished pink, but it's close enough to magenta that I can use it. And we'll tie another bow here, and we'll just pretend we need that much. And we'll cut this. And then we're going to take it again and cut this in half. Okay. Oh, hey, Kathy from Texas. Nice to see you. Patty, you say Freesia? Okay. Okay, let's just cut this woven ribbon in half because I want the little bit of the a frayed look. So by doing this, it gives the ribbon a bit of a frayed look. And if I want it to be really frayed, I could pull it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it cut in half. Okay, so there, it's cut in half. So it went from whole to half. Okay, and that's what we're using. So I'll put all this on the side so I don't get confused, and we'll leave that pool party out. Okay, we'll see which one looks better. Since I already colored the other, we'll just see what looks better. Okay. Now, the reason I didn't cut tonight is because I shared on local pages here where I live in my neighborhood, Limbrook, and the neighboring town called Malvern. So I shared that I was, you know, a card maker, and that I do weekly Facebook Lives. And I thought, well, if anybody from those towns decides to join me tonight, I need to show them. They might not know how to cut the paper the way I cut it. Now, so I left it whole tonight, and most of you here are card makers. So if you just be patient with me for a second. I don't know if anybody's watching from the neighboring town or my town, but anyway, this is 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock that we need to cut in half on the 8.5 inch side, so that we have a 4.25 by 11 inch piece of paper. Okay, and then we turn it around so we can score this in half. So I take my cutting blade and put it on top, and this is my scoring blade. So half of 11 is 5.5, and we're going to score a little crease score line in there like that. Okay, and then we need a 4, and I'm taking my extra scraps from earlier, a 4-inch by 5.25. I need 2 of those. One for the outside of the card and one for the inside. By 4. This is for the outside. And then this one is going to be 5.25. By 4 as well. Okay, for the inside. Okay, so there we have those 2 pieces. Now I did do all the die cutting for the flowers and the leaves, but I didn't on the embossing folder, and I did not for the sentiment and the label here. So we're going to take the largest label from Hippo Friends Dies, and then we're going to also take a stitch rectangle. I have some more on this side, so this long thin one is what I want, and we'll do all the die cutting at one time. Okay. And I'll have to bring over my big Stamp and Cut and emboss machine because of this folder. Okay, so let's do the sentiment first. And as I mentioned, I'm going to use Art Gallery here. Here it is. And for this one, I'm going to use Happy Birthday, if I could find it. Here it is. Okay. Let me just put that here. And then I'll take this. Excuse me. 1 second while I reach for something that fell. And I'm going to put this one away so I don't lose it. This is from... so for anyone that wasn't here earlier, this set it can be overlooked, best year, but it's got great sentiments in it. And like I said earlier, To the world, you are a dad. To me, you are the world. I saw that and I thought of my daughter giving her dad his Father's Day card. And plus I have, and then it says Happy Father's Day here. But look at these, just take a quick peek. And, oh, I have to stamp this on the inside of our other card. We used Happy Birthday to You on the front of the card. And then on the inside, I want to use Wishing You Your Best Year Yet. But now we're working on this card. So we'll go back to that card. We'll do some flicking and we'll add the sentiment to the inside. And then this one is just a nice, clean, straight line for the happy birthday. Okay. Now that can go right in the middle. And then we're going to die cut that. All right. Put that on the side. We don't need that right now. Okay, so the things that we need to do here are, here are my pieces. So I need this piece. I need this piece. And I need one of these to emboss. Okay, here we go. I'm going to bring it over and we'll get that done and then we can put it together. So now I have to change out my plate on the big one. Here we go. Now let's see what I need here. So for the die cutting, I need this plate and this plate. And now this is from that pattern play. And it's a pool party polka dot. Sorry for the shaking. And there goes my die. And there's that shape, okay? And put this away. And then for the sentiment, which is here, let's do that. And hope that it doesn't move because I don't have my magnetic plate or my Post-it notes. So let's hope for the best. Okay. And now here is happy birthday. And then the last thing we need to do is the embossing folder. And I don't need either one of these. I don't think. I do need, where's the embossing folder? Here it is. This is a 3D. So I think for the 3D, I just need my white plate and then my gray plate, which is number 4. And there we go, nice and easy. And we're done with the die cutting. And then there's our beautiful ornate floral pattern. And we can move all this. Okay. There's that. Now we can put this together. So yesterday I started watching, I realized I don't have Discovery, that new channel for Magnolia Network, the Gaines, Chip and Joanna, the fixer-upper people. So, oh, guess what I did? I used fresh freesia, like a ding-dong. And I need Just Jade. So I'm going to flip that over and we'll stamp it again. Just looking at this Just Jade, like, what do I need that for? And then I realized what I did. So we're flipping that over. And I'm going to use just jade instead. I'm going to bring it all the way down here so I can see what I'm doing. Or actually, I'm going to stand up so I can see what I'm doing. Perfect. So I started watching her cooking show while I was crafting. And I did not know this, but that family doesn't have a TV in their house. They have 5 kids and they have no TV. That was baffling to me. I mean, I think it's great, but that's a lot of entertaining. What do? They listen to music, they play games, which is all great, but no TV. Can you imagine in this day and age, no TV? I don't know. I grew up with a TV, and so did my daughter, so did my husband. So no TV is kind of like, I can't believe it. But it's good for the kids, I guess. And if you don't have it, you don't want for it, right? So, anyway. Hi, Kathleen. I'm just seeing a comment come up from you. When you emboss, do you only use the thin white plate with gray plate? This one does not get a thin white plate. This one is a 3D. It gets the thick plate, the thick white plate, and then the gray plate. No thin white plate and no clear plates. The 3D gets just the platform and the gray. That's it. So now we're going to do exactly what we did earlier, and that is put these little flowers in the center of these bigger flowers. And guess what? I did the same silly thing that I did earlier, and I want to get that off. So I'm not going to go through what I did. I want dimensionals on here. So I'm going to take my little chamois and get that glue off. And then I'll wash my chamois later. It'll just be easier to get a dimensional on there. Okay. Let's forget the glue on there and get some mini dimensionals instead. I do want these to be raised for sure. I want these little ones to be raised. Thanks, you'll try it. Your machine is tight with the embossing folders when I run them through. Yeah, that's probably, if you're leaving that thin white plate with a 3D embossing, it's going to be tight. You don't want to break your machine. And then that one. And this one can go on with just the glue because it's going on the inside. Okay, so I don't want to dimension on the inside of the card. Let's put those over here. And then we'll get the base, which I already put a crease in. Okay, we already scored that. I think I need a new blade on my trimmer. Either that or there's some paper or something on it. It looks a little bit worn. Okay. Now we're going to take liquid glue again behind this ornate folder. And center that. And then we'll take this piece. And so some of the demonstrators that went on the Maui trip got some fun new product. And one of the new product is a Halloween designer series paper, 6x6. So on one side of this Halloween paper is like really fun colors like Highland Heather, pumpkin pie, fresh freesia, which is this color, black, white. Really, really the nicest Halloween paper color scheme I've seen in a long time. And on the other side is completely black and white. So only 2 sheets have like Halloween black and white, like Boo and stuff like that. And the other 4 sheets have just patterns that are not related to Halloween. So we have even more options with black and white paper. I think Stampin' Up! Has really realized how much their demonstrators love black and white paper. Okay, so this we're going to put on the inside. Now the other one, I came up about 1/8 of an inch. This one, I think I'm just gonna put, nah, let's do that. Let's come up about 1/8 of an inch as well on here. So anyway, we have lots of options with black and white paper. So like I said, the pattern play party host paper, you can only get if you're a host. And your order is a certain amount. So at least this Halloween paper will give you an option for black and white paper without having to, you know, be a host. You can just purchase it. But that's not for a little while yet, not until August. So as a demonstrator, I'll be able to pre-order, I believe, in June, the end of June or the beginning of July. So that's always fun. All right, so now we can build the flowers and the leaves. Okay. So the first one I'm going to do is I'm gonna have this go this way. And I'm going to take my mat and my glue. Okay. And just put little dots. And I'll do the same here on this second one. And I realized I needed a third one for the inside. And I don't have that die cut yet. Okay. So I'm gonna go here. And then this one's gonna go the opposite way. Here. Actually, yep, that's fine. And then this one's going to come down here. And I'm going to put some dimensionals behind that. Bigger ones. Let's see, where are the big dimensionals? Ta-da-da. Where are you hiding? Here they are. I'll put 2. Let's see. And we'll bring that one down here. And then the bigger one, will go up here. Like that. And then the leaves. We'll get some liquid glue. So this fatter one's going to go here. This one's going to go down here. And then this is going to go like that. However, we're going to do the ribbon first. And now for the inside, so before we do that, I do need a stem. But I'm going to do the stem later. So for the inside, just imagine a stem right there. Okay, somewhere. So that's going to be the inside. I'm not going to do the stem right now. You know what it's going to look like. All right. Now, let's get this ribbon going. So here's the one we colored in Pool Party. And then here's the one we cut in half, which is polished pink, but looks pretty good with magenta, right? Magenta Madness. It's pretty bright. And let's see. First, let's try this because I know what it looks like. I don't want to show you the finished card yet. Let's get this going. Whoop. Okay, I might just forego this anyway because I'm already having a hard time. You know what? I think it's too thick. I feel like this is too thick. Yeah. All right, I'm making the call that I'm not using this because I feel like it's too thick. Even though it's sheer, it seems too thick. Let's go with this one. Like my original plan. Oh, I am missing one other thing, which is linen thread. Oh, I can do that after. So let's do our bow here. All right, too much on one side and not enough on the other. But anyway, as I was watching that Magnolia table, all her recipes, oh my gosh, they just look so good. Now, I don't really like to cook, but while I was watching these, just to keep myself, just to have some noise on, I have to go back and really watch them. I do want to make a few things that she made. Okay, that's good. I like that. I like the way that ribbon looks now. They've got some empire going on in those silos for sure. I'd love to go there. With all these new little shops they have built. Okay, now we're going to get a glue dot. Anybody else like Fixer Upper and Magnolia Table, the recipes? It's cute. And I'm going to do my linen thread. And I like to have it nice and long. So I just put a glue dot down to hold my linen thread. And then I'm going to put another glue dot behind here. And put it right on top. But I want it kind of on an angle. So if any of you are on my newsletter, you might have noticed that I'm offering in-home classes again. And I'm also offering my in-home card classes and scrapbooking classes via Zoom as well. So if anybody's interested in that, it will be offered in two ways. If you want the kit, or if you just want to get your own supplies and join me for the Zoom, that part would be free if you have your own supplies at home to make the cards. So I would just give you a full supply list and measurements, and then you'd have to wing it. So there. I'll give more details on that. And now this is going to go like that. I think I need to raise this just a little bit. Like that. Or go like that a little bit. And then this will go like that. Yep. So let's put dimensionals behind there. And then I need to leave some space here to fit that. So this will go all the way over this way. And then there's space left. So it can sit right on top of the bump of the bow. Like that. Okay. Now all this will get cut down, but for now, I'm going to leave it like that while we work with the gems. So if anyone is on here that did my In Color Club, you should be receiving, all long distance should be receiving tomorrow. That was what my tracking says. So for anybody on here that is expecting a package, it should arrive by tomorrow. So I have 2 gems of the polished pink gems on top of here, the flowers, and then those are the larger ones, and one larger one right there. And then I want to do 5, so I'll put another one right here, and then another one around here. Okay, so that's card number 2. And let me show you this. All right, so the inside, like I said, I don't have another stem cut, so I want to cut another stem, and that will be the flower and the leaves, and the stem will be on the inside, just like my original. So on my original, I have I'm Thinking of You, and there's the flower. Oh, the other thing I forgot to do, I'm going to have to pull this, is the linen thread. It makes a difference to have the linen thread in here, you know? So I'm going to have to pull this and put the linen thread. So if I pull it and it becomes a mess, then whoever is the winner for the comments is going to get this one instead. Okay, so hopefully you like that. One of my favorite sets is that Pierced Petals. Yep, I love it. Me too, Chris. Me too. So, okay. So there's that. Now let me just show you. So here's that color scheme. Now I did use the color scheme. So on the first card, I used the layout and changed the color scheme. Okay, let me bring these out. Right, hopefully you could see it in camera. Let me move this stuff over. Okay, all right. So here's Rochelle's. I printed out a sheet just to show you. Here's the card, the layout with a different color scheme. Here's this card with a different layout, but the same color scheme. But let me show you where this layout came from now. Now, don't even look at, like this is Connie Babbert from Inspired Treasures. I don't even like this black and yellow. Ugh. But, I mean, the layout's nice. That's not my cup of tea, but the layout's nice. So I pulled Rochelle's colors and Connie's layout, pretty much. Added some ribbon, changed the tag. Let's see. She did all black. I did the magenta and the just jade. So that's how all of my ideas come about. I need to just see somebody how they use the color, because my ability to coordinate colors isn't great. So, but when I see it, I can do it. You know, of course I can, you know, and then I can change it up. But it's very difficult for me to come up with this whole plan. So anyway, those are where the ideas come from, and I hope you like them. So let's just put these over here. Okay. So sharer and commenter. That's how that's going tonight. But before we get to that, I need you to stick around so I can show you. Oh yeah, and then again, this kind of, the way it printed, it looks like that blue we just had. So that's where that color scheme came from. Anyway, if you ever have trouble, go to Pinterest, type in Stampin' Up! Color combination, and type the color that you're looking for a combination, and it'll pop up with some ideas. So if you're on my newsletter, you notice that I sent out a, what did I call it? I don't even remember what I called it. A customer appreciation punch card. So there's 10 spots. So starting with May, I'm going retroactive to May 1st. If you've spent $50 in one single purchase or more, anywhere from $50 to $99.99, you get one punch. If you spent $100, you get two punches, okay? But it's not a cumulative thing where you spent $35 here, $20 there. Nope, it has to be $50 minimum at one time before tax and shipping, and then you get a punch. You just, you know, check it off and just put the date. I'll be tracking this as well, but I need you to track it. And then once you fill it, you'll take a picture, email it to me, and that will get you a stamp set from any current catalog at the time, valued at $25 or less. Some restrictions may apply, you know, depending on what's going on with Stampin' Up. But that is my punch card. How do you get it? You sign up for my newsletter. But if you are a customer of mine, I will send you the email with this punch card. Or I'll send you this. I might have them made up in business card types, so that way I've been getting a lot of random customer orders lately from people I don't know, and I always send a thank you card. And so with your first thank you card, you'll get either this printed out copy, or if I have them made up like little business cards or postcards, you'll have that as well. So, okay, so if you have any questions on that, let me know. But it's retroactive to May 1st, so there's a couple of you on here that I know have already done this month, the $50, maybe once or twice this month. So you get to check off 2 boxes, maybe 3 boxes as well. If you are, if you have any questions, just ask me. Okay. That's number 1. Number 2 is the Join Plus was from May 4th to May 31st. I've been fortunate enough to have 2 additional people join my team this month during this promotion, and I'd love to have more. I have a meeting coming up in the beginning of June, and we just chit chat, and if no one shows, I just go on and tell them what's going on with Stampin' Up! If they care to know. And if they want to do it as a business, I'm here to help. So this promotion goes from May 4th to the 31st. You get $156 worth of product for $99 and no shipping on your first order. So if you'd like, you can always join my team. I'd love to have you. Then there is the Connect, Craft, and Collect. You get an extra $25 in product credit with a $250 host order. So if your order totals $250 or more, you get 10% at $250 and plus in Stampin' Rewards plus another $25. Okay, and then as you go up, your Stampin' Rewards increases, and what Stampin' Rewards is free product. Pretty much, you get to select some free product, and that's that. Okay, and do I have something else to share? That's it. Oh, yes, I do. So I have a make and take kit going on right now. Let's do this in a second. So this is what the make and take kit looks like when you get it. And these are the make and takes. Hold on, I'm trying to get the right ones. Where are they? Oh, here they are. Okay, so let's see. Here's the box. Here's the card. Here's the card, and here's the box. Okay, so those are your make and takes. A minimum $50 order gets you these using the host code that's in the description. If you're on my newsletter, all this information is in there. And if you go to my blog, www.thepaperpavilion, all that information is there. June, it closes out on Sunday, the 30th is the last day. Saturday, the 30th. Wait, what day is the 30th? Sunday, the 30th is the last day to order the make and take kits, or not order them, place your online order for them. Okay. And then they will ship out on June 5th. Okay. Now we're ready for the main event, which is comments, shares. Okay. And for anybody that's in my VIP group, the the group that's called Papillion Spotlight. I did post today that I will be going live on Tuesday, June 1st in that group. I'll be going live with a project. Also, I will be drawing a prize for the May challenge winner. Okay, so the same way we're drawing tonight, we'll be drawing there. That is for my team and for my VIP customers that have reached $150 or more in my online store. Okay, so this is for the shares. Let's see. K. Phipps. K. Phipps. That name does not sound familiar, but obviously she shared. Kay, I don't know, are you here tonight? If you're here, you won. June 1st, Patty, 7 p.m. Congratulations, Kay Phipps, you won for sharing my video. I had 2 videos last week, so you've shared in either both or one of them. I think I need your address because I don't recognize your name. So congratulations. Now let's get the comments going. Let's see. Who do we have for comments? Sandy Allman, like the Allman Brothers Band. Sandy Allman. Congratulations, Sandy. I don't know if you're here. I don't know if I saw your name tonight. I've seen your name plenty of times, but I'm not sure if I saw you tonight. So I will post these. Congratulations, ladies. I will post this Prize Patrol winners in the group page, and I will tag you just in case you're not here tonight. I haven't really looked at comments, so I don't know if you are, you aren't, but congratulations. And I'm going to be back here on Saturday at 5 o'clock to share with you the beautiful $2 million Achiever card that Mary Fish received. And I'm going to do my best to create that. And I'm going to do it in different colors. And I thought Saturday afternoon at 5 o'clock would be a good time. My husband's not going to be home, and we're going out Friday night, so I'll be home. It'll be a good time. All right, so I hope you guys can join me on Saturday at 5 o'clock, especially those that asked if I would do that card and provide measurements, and I will. These will be on my blog sometime tomorrow, one of them, and then sometime Saturday or Sunday will be the other one. So you'll have measurements there and supply list and all that, okay? On Saturday, tomorrow, and Saturday or Sunday. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a wonderful evening and a wonderful start to the weekend. See you soon. Bye-bye.